Population growth in metropolitan cities is increasing congestion, reducing productivity and overall quality of life. Australia's population is predicted to be 40 million within 50 years and is certain to create more pressure and congestion in our metropolitan cities.
A regional capital is defined as somewhere that services a larger region. So you'll have a number of capitals that they don't just look after themselves. These are all cities, but they're servicing a much greater population than just their own population. They're incredibly important to the regions that they serve, and people in that whole region rely on that regional capital to get their goods and services from.
Well, regional capitals are vitally important because they are the lifeblood of regional Australia. They form the function of a capital. They're the go-to city for services, they're the go-to city for your transport, for your health, for your education. Regional capitals alone contribute almost $210 billion to Australia's economy every year, and that's around 15% of national economic output. There are 300,000 active businesses located in regional capitals, and the labour force in these capitals is projected to increase by almost 500,000 people in the next 10 years.
The regional capitals are absolutely vital to the future growth of our economy. We've got 4 million people already living in regional capitals. We expect that to grow by about 1 million people over the next 10 years.
If we look at the forecast growth of Melbourne and Sydney, they're both forecast to double by 2050. That makes a city of 8 million. Regional capitals can be part of the solution of that growth. We can provide jobs, we do have facilities, and we have, in many cases, fabulous services.
We are ready to grow. We welcome growth in our regional cities. We just need the help of our federal government in terms of policy and funding and infrastructure to make it easy for people to make that choice, and that choice is around livability and jobs growth.
We've found over very, very many years that cities such as Wagga, there's no combined voice. There never has been a combined voice.
Dubbo City Council on its own can lobby government, can talk to government about what needs Dubbo City Council has, but we're really only representing 40,975 people.
We have very similar issues in terms of infrastructure needs. We've got great export potential, and we need to have that voice into the federal government. We need to advocate on both sides of politics and get our messages through very clearly and as a collective.
We felt that we needed an organisation that represented all of the cities that had very, very similar characteristics.
Collectively, we are 4 million people, all sharing very similar stories and very similar opportunities.
We've got the collective voice of 50 cities across the nation. And obviously when we talk to government, especially federal government, we've got that ability to bring to the table 4 million voices that we're representing, and that's incredibly important, so that we've got a better chance of being listened to and a much better chance of enacting policy change.
We want to be the go-to organisation for policy on regional Australia, and I think we're getting there, and it's a great start to have so many regional capitals come on board.
Also don't believe that it's recognised that regional capitals are growing, that our population base is expanding. So we need an alliance of councils to represent to the federal government the opportunities and the benefits of population growth and providing increased services in regional Australia.
It's very difficult for one city on its own to try and get a government to change its policy that might have an impact on that city. But from Regional Capitals Australia, again representing 4 million people, we've got a much better chance of trying to change policy for the benefit of all those cities.